It began with a single mistake. They thought the fight was over when they ripped the rifle from her hands. 12 armed men against one unarmed woman. The odds? Impossible. The outcome? Unbelievable. What unfolded in the next 60 seconds would defy logic, rewrite the rules of combat, and reveal the existence of a secret so dangerous. Entire governments tried to erase it from history. This is the story of Allaris Frost, a ghost who was never supposed to exist, and a protocol the world was never supposed to know about. You're watching Truth Untwists, where shadows unravel and hidden stories come to light. Before we dive in, tell me this. If you were surrounded by 12 armed men, what would you do? Drop your answer in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The air inside the warehouse was heavy, suffocating. The smell of oil, explosives, and damp concrete hung in the atmosphere like a storm waiting to break. On the outskirts of Caracas, Venezuela, weapons were being traded, secrets exchanged, power bought and sold in silence. Crates stamped with Cyrillic letters hid explosives. Assault rifles lay stacked with military precision. Armed guards patrolled in mechanical rhythm, like machines wired for violence. And within this den of mercenaries walked a woman who appeared ordinary. Average height, athletic build, dressed in dark, forgettable clothing. Her name? Allaris Frost. Her mission? Recover one device and leave without casualties. But her calm eyes betrayed the truth, scanning every exit, every weapon, every weakness. Because Frost wasn't just another contractor. She was something else, something the world had buried. At the center of the warehouse stood Brixton Hale, a man built from war, a former Special Forces commander turned ruthless arms dealer. Salt and pepper hair, scars on his hands, the look of someone who had lived too long in violence. When his eyes fell on Frost, something about her unsettled him. He demanded her credentials, and in seconds, her cover was gone. "Not on the list," a guard said, and just like that, 12 rifles aimed at her chest. Hale sneered, "On your knees." They forced her down. They tore the rifle from her hands. They thought they had won. That, say, was their last mistake. As guards restrained her, one pulled a small token from her pocket, a coin etched with the outline of a ghost. Hale's confident smirk faltered. He recognized it. "The Phantom Protocol," he whispered, trying to mask his fear. The room changed instantly. Guards shifted uneasily. They'd heard rumors about operatives who could dismantle entire squads without a shot fired, but those rumors were myths. Weren't they? Frost finally spoke. Calm, almost casual. "The Phantom Protocol was decommissioned 8 years ago." Hale snapped. "Kill her." And in that instant, time slowed. The first guard reached for his pistol. Frost moved like lightning. What followed can only be described as controlled destruction. In less than a minute, the warehouse erupted into chaos. Her hand twisted a wrist. The pop of a dislocated shoulder echoed. A pistol shattered into pieces mid-movement, its parts clattering harmlessly to the floor. One man collapsed unconscious before he even hit the ground. Another was thrown into a weapons crate. A third dropped to his knees screaming as pressure points folded his body like paper. She used everything: crates, straps, helmets, radios, turning the environment itself into her arsenal. Every strike was precise, every move deliberate, and one by one, 12 men fell. No bullets fired, no lives taken, only silence left behind. And in the middle of it all, Allaris Frost stood, calm, unshaken, as if it had been nothing more than a warm-up exercise. Viewers pause for a moment. How would you describe this? Superhuman? Or simply the result of training the world was never meant to see? Let me know in the comments below. As Frost retrieved the files she came for, Hale's fear deepened. She wasn't just a survivor of the Phantom Protocol. She had created it. She was its architect, its first instructor. The Phantom Protocol, a secret training program that produced operatives capable of neutralizing entire units without killing a single person. A program designed not for destruction, but restraint, too humane for the shadow wars of the intelligence world. And that was why it had been destroyed. But not completely. One ghost had survived, and now she was coming for answers. With the files recovered, Frost's mission widened. Evidence pointed to Zurich, Switzerland, to a high-level meeting of intelligence directors and military contractors, the very people who had ordered the termination of the Phantom Protocol. She infiltrated in disguise, slipping past layers of security to record their secret conversations. And in those recordings, the truth unraveled. They admitted everything. They admitted fear of her, and most importantly, they confirmed the massacre in Finland that wiped out her trainees 8 years earlier. The hunt was no longer just about survival. It was about justice. Over the following months, Frost tracked them: Vern in the Alps, Chamberlain on her Mediterranean yacht, Mercer at his fortified ranch. And she was not alone. Other Phantom operatives, once thought dead, resurfaced at her call. Together they struck, not to kill, but to expose. Collecting encrypted files, forcing confessions, dismantling the shadows these powerful figures had hidden behind. For the first time, the Phantom Protocol had proof, and the world would see it. In the end, Frost didn't seek vengeance. She sought restoration. From a hidden facility in New Zealand, she began again, training not assassins, but peacekeepers, not killers, but guardians, teaching restraint as power, teaching precision without bloodshed, teaching that the most dangerous person in the room is not the one holding the weapon, but the one who knows they don't need one. So, what do you think? Was Allaris Frost a ghost, a myth come to life, or proof that the future of warfare doesn't have to mean more death? If this story shook you, if you believe hidden truths like this should be untwisted and brought into the light, then join us. Subscribe to Truth Untwists, because the shadows are full of stories, and together we'll bring them into the open.